and then camera rolling. Describe to me the amount of nudity that's shown in movies nowadays, specifically why we see so much.
So yeah, I would actually maybe challenge the premise of that. I don't know that we do see more nudity today. If you go back, look at the movies from the 80s, it's like every comedy, there's a lot of sex comedies. There's a lot more. It was sort of more gratuitous, at least female nudity. It tended to be gratuitous. Like we watched Die Hard in my film theory class the other day, and there's a brief sequence where he's climbing down the buildings. You see like there's like a calendar with a topless woman on it. So I think there has been some shifting norms in terms of like cinematic nudity. Now on TV, I think that might be a different situation, and I don't have empirical studies of this. So I haven't measured it, but I think you see it a lot less, at least in mainstream films. It used to be very common. At least, like I said, female nudity, and even in action movies. I mean, Mel Gibson would show his butt in like every Lethal Weapon movie. There's a shot of his backside. Van Damme would do the same thing. So it's a little different, but that's sort of where I'd say we are today. Yeah, so why are action movies more suited to muscly men wearing no shirts? So partially it's kind of the display of power. I mean, we look kind of the traditional, where action movies really started to be kind of a discrete genre, which most scholars put it in like the 80s, like the Schwarzenegger, Stallone. Part of it was like a display of their body. And if you look historically, gym culture wasn't mainstream like it is now. Now it's like, Paul Rudd has to get jacked to be an Ant-Man. It used to be, Arnold Schwarzenegger got to start in like Pumping Iron. It was a documentary about weightlifting culture. And there was a whole documentary, and it was sort of presented as this weird subculture of like, oh, who are these strange men lifting weights and looking at themselves in mirrors? And it was like the documentary sort of like unveiling this subculture. It's so mainstream now. So I think at the time that they were unique. It was like, oh, these are really muscular men. And so it was sort of like there was an oddity almost. But it also displayed power. Like their bodies are powerful. They can save the day through their embodiment. Yeah, so do we need muscly men, sort of that representation, that kind of body in action films? I would say it is here. Like I don't think it ever went away. I just think it, instead of having like a few actors, the 80s hard body actors as they're sort of called within the literature, so you still have that, but it's hard for me to say like whether we need it or not. I think again, depending on the story, like if it is a story that demands a sort of physique, especially like I said with like action films, like there's this expectation that your body is also powerful. But then you get a character like Spider-Man. Tom Holland is not bulky like that, but his character doesn't demand it, right? His strength isn't from his muscles; it's from being a spider. I don't know.